final warning. I could do this all day.
We're just gonna do this kind of fast. Captain America Winter War. I'm sorry, Civil War. Sorry. Hello guys, Captain America Civil War was actually decent. Tony Stark, played by Robert Downey Jr., is now doing presentations on his latest project, while Captain America and his team are under fire after their latest mission, and now they're feeling guilty because of it. The Secretary of State tells the Avengers that the nations of the world decide that the Avengers will no longer be a private organization, but rather under the supervision of the government, signed by 117 countries. Our new villain this time around is Albert Simo, who wants to know what happened to a scientific event that happened in 1991. Then, Captain America, this Prime Minister guy, and James Barnes are now criminals, and now the Avengers are two separate teams. Yeah. There are a few new heroes in this one. For example, Vision, who can teleport and go through walls. Sam, who's kind of like Iron Man but can fly.
Ant-Man.
And the two
Spider-Man and Black Panther.
Yep.
First off, let's just get the whole Spider-Man thing out of the way, because I'm pretty sure you want to know, oh, how long is Spider-Man in this movie?
He's terrible.
He's not terrible. Dude,
he's pretty
He's
decent.
A kid.
My biggest problem with Spider-Man wasn't the fact that he was a bad character, but my biggest problem was, how did Tony Stark knew Peter Parker? How did he know? Did they have connections? Did they have...
Dude, remember the email? Remember that Peter Parker sent an email to Tony Stark a while back? The kid knows Tony Stark, so...
A little bit, but it's kind of a rushed backstory, if you ask me. And besides, they made him, he's kind of like 13, 14 here, but...
There's some little lashes that actually told us Tony Stark family thing. That's a good thing, actually showed what happened, things like that.
Yeah, there's some good backstories, it mainly deals with loss. Hi, Big Hero 6. Glad to see you aboard the Marvel Universe now.
Yeah.
For the record, the stories, the interconnecting stories aren't that bad. Some of them are pretty good, some of them are kind of weak. The new villain this time around, Albert Simo, I think, he doesn't really have any real motivations except just to go to the science lab with some experiment took place there, and his mission basically is just to separate the Avengers, and really that's about it.
Yeah, and like you see Iron Man, Captain America.
That was an epic fight.
Yeah, that was an epic fight. Like two of the greatest heroes, like fighting out. I mean, I was like, what? But I was like, awesome at the same time. It was epic scene. I recommend you see this movie. So.
Yeah, the action scenes are really good, and actually, these action scenes are way better than in Batman v Superman.
Yeah!
It seems like Marvel
it
always...
looks like more realistic than the...
Because Marvel always brings out the best movies.
Yes.
Except Batman vs Superman.
We do have other characters in this. You have at least one of them from the Avengers Age of Ultron, that little fire girl, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
And then
There's some scenes they showed about the Avengers. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you have James Barnes, who pretty much is...
Ant-Man.
No, that's a different guy.
Oh.
Although, yes, Ant-Man is in this movie.
Yeah, but he turns big.
That was awesome.
That was weird.
I agree with you, man. That was really weird.
But awesome.
He was like Godzilla all of a sudden. It was out of nowhere. Like, he can shapeshift. I thought he was just a tiny little ant. And that's why I didn't want to watch Ant-Man, because he's just... I don't know, I don't like him. I just don't. As a superhero, as a character, I just don't.
I haven't seen it, so I don't care.
It doesn't matter. What it is. Hawkeye shows up, but only in the last hour... No, I'm sorry. The last 2 hours.
Black Panther was pretty cool.
Yeah. Black Panther, I will admit, he's actually he's a prime minister, who was part of his United Nations place before it blew up, and I thought he was a decent character.
Black Panther's gonna have his own movie in himself. Yeah.
Will he?
Yeah.
Wait,
Phase 2.
Was Black Panther the Black Cat?
Yes.
Oh, really?
With those kind of like Catwoman for writing.
It's not confusing. It was interesting. I liked it.
It's not bad, but I wish. It's the biggest problem with Marvel movies isn't Well, I mean, Marvel is great. I love him. As you know, I met Stan Lee.
Awesome.
As you know, I met Stan Lee, and he made a cameo.
I like the way he said something about the Tony Stark. That was hilarious.
Tony Stank or Stank or whatever.
That was Stank.
Yeah.
That was cool.
The only problem I have with Marvel is that I wish these characters were more defined by name, so that I could identify who's who. That's my only problem with Marvel movies, and the comics too, but that's a different topic. But anyway, the action scenes were great, but writing could have been a little bit stronger. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely there's a good job with some of the backstories, like Tony and, you know, the Prime Minister guy and, you know, several other storylines, which is great. And they made it more darker, more mature, kind of like the last two Harry Potter movies. It's almost like it's trying to be more mature. So when, you know, kids are watching this and they see the other movies and then they see this one, they realize that they're growing up with these characters at the same time, which I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I kind of wished that, again, some of the characters could have been more defined and some things could have been explained better, like how did Tony knew Peter Parker and why, and sometimes it's hard to tell who superhero is part of which team.
Well, the new Peter Parker is pretty. I like them. Instead of the other Peter Parker from Amazing Spider-Man, he did alright, but he sucked.
Yeah.
You mean the Andrew Garfield one?
He was okay, but this new guy, he did pretty good as Spider-Man. But he did really good as Spider-Man. He was awesome.
Yeah.
He did not did terrible. He did good. But he did. The new suit is amazing. The new suit looks awesome.
I just think the costume could have been better instead of that cheap costume that you find at Walmart.
Remember the crappy suit he had before? It was very stupid.
Yeah.
How do you see in this thing?
I mean, with the goggles.
Yeah.
With those like swingy goggles.
Those are really weird. I thought it was gonna be Deadpool. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, his eyes.
There is no way that Deadpool would be in this. There are some loopholes with it. Like, for example, why is it so critical that that Simo guy wants to go to the science lab on this event in 1991? Why is it so critical? Why is it so important to him? We don't really know that very well. I think we don't really know. So that could have been ironed out a little better. Also, again, how did you know, Peter Parker and Tony Stark know each other? But my point is that some things could have been explained more, but at the same time, there's a lot of good in this movie. So
also, hilarity is pretty good.
A whole lot to say about
the jokes are pretty good.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah, it's not that funny. It's not funny. Yeah, I mean, there are some hilarious moments.
Yeah.
But remember how Tony Stark was always the one who was funny? Mm-hmm. Well, this time he's getting more serious and more darker, and it's almost like everybody portrays each other, and you have to like pick a side.
Yeah.
Whether you choose Captain America's side of being this and outsmarting the law and all that, or be with Iron Man and try to turn Venom in so that they can.
All the strategies in the movie is pretty good. How they do it and find their way back together.
Yeah,
you know, it's so weird, but
kind of. They do, they kind of don't, but it's hard to say. And I don't know what the next Avengers movie is going to be.
Yeah.
I don't even think there's going to be one. Captain America Civil War, I was just glad that I didn't have to watch Winter Soldier to understand this one. I understood everything just fine. So,
at least the pacing was like...
The pacing's decent. Overall...
What'd you give it?
Not Civil War...
It's not... Would you rent it? Would you buy it? Or would you Blu-ray it?
I don't know. I'd probably say just go watch it on a big screen and have a blast. So, I give it like a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Me too. I liked it.
Yeah.
Lately we've been on the same page.
Yeah.
Which is surprising, but hardly ever happens.
There are sometimes I give 5 out of 5 depending how, if it's an excellent movie, it gets a 5 out of 5. If it's like...
What did we give Batman v Superman? Like a 1?
No.
We gave it like a 1. It sucked. But,
you gave it a 3.5, homie.
Well, let's just say this. This movie's better than Batman v Superman by a mile.
Yes.
Action scenes were totally amazing.
I know. I don't care.
Action scenes are good.
I don't care if Iron Man or Captain America clash. It was so epic.
At least it was a clash.
At least it was... actually, to be fair, but the actual...
It was a clash, right?
Technically speaking, yeah. The actual climax was kind of interesting. I think, okay, well... This movie's getting darker. There's really interesting backstories. There's interesting the themes of dealing with loss and vengeance and all that. Kind of interesting.
You know,
And then it was just
didn't
kind of
have
like
any clashing, right? It had one, like 2 or 3 minutes clashing, but this had multiples of clashing.
yeah, Sinbad was awesome. So I give it a 4 out of 5. Go
4 out
watch
of
it on the
5.
big screen. You won't like it.
You can
Don't
also-
watch it in 3D.
Yeah, think of it.
Because
There's no 3D in the platforms this anyway, so it doesn't
I
matter.
think there is. It is in 3D.
I mean,
Yeah.
do
I
you
was
think,
just glad we didn't
do
see
you
it.
think it's a
Yeah, I know.
3D platformer? Do you think it's worthy to become 3D?
No, no.
Yeah.
No movie outside of
Except
Avatar
Avatar, yeah.
should be in 3D.